We're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. If you are hopping in to join me live, let me know in the comments that you are here and let's get chatting about our goals. Because we are on the 11th of January, and you know what that means? It means that at least 50% of people who have set their goals and intentions for the new year have now given up because it's got too challenging or too difficult for them, or they've just gone off track. And if that's you, first of all, I want to say to you that that's normal. We all do it. It doesn't mean that we're lacking in any way or that we have less stamina, or that we're never going to see these results. All it means is that you're simply doing it in the wrong way. And today I'm going to share with you how to stay inspired and motivated as you move towards your goals. Okay, so and letting go of the hard, because we make it so challenging for ourselves without even realizing. And we do that by not connecting we're not connecting with our goals, basically. So I'm going to walk you through the 6 crucial steps that you need to stay on track and see the success that you deserve, because we all have the ability to succeed, and it all lies in our mind. And it also, not just our mind, but it lies in our subconscious mind. So making it hard for yourself is often when you're operating from a conscious level. You're using the 5% of your brain, and you're not digging deep enough, and basically that's why you're not seeing the results you desire. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Fabulous to have you here. How are you doing? Good, I hope. So the thing about setting goals, right? Often in the olden days, I talk olden days as in 5 years ago, when I was all over the place. I used to be unhappy with the way things were going in my life. And December, you'd overeat and overdo everything, and I'd sit down, right, this is changing, and I'm going to change my diet, and I'm going to give up alcohol, and I'm going to give up this, and I'm going to take up that, and life is going to be great. And then I would feel really inspired. Of course I would, because I was thinking, that my life needs to change, and this is what I really, really want. And I'd be excited. And then January would come, and I'd do day 1, and it'd be okay, day 2, day 3. It would be a struggle at this stage, and I'd find it a struggle because I wasn't feeling it anymore. Basically, I was just I wanted change. Yes, I did, because I wrote down the change that I wanted. So I definitely wanted change, but I forgot, why do I want this change? And when I look back, actually, the thoughts of having a bar of chocolate, for example, gave me greater pleasure than the thought of not having the chocolate. Okay, so really this is what happened. And the reason that happened is because I was operating from the conscious part, the 5% of my brain, which isn't deep rooted. You want to go deep rooted, you want to have long-term change, and you want to feel good about it, and you want to make it easy on yourself. Get connected with that subconscious, get connected with your goals at a subconscious level. And we do that. I do that with my clients by always starting to set goals, become emotionally involved with them, do a vision board, so that before the journey even begins, they know exactly what they want, they know why they want it, they know where they're going. But this training today is for the person who knows what they want. You've started moving towards what you want, but you can often find that you lose the motivation along the way, or maybe you just, you know, things come up and it begins to feel hard, even though you know what you want, you know that you're connected with it. You might even have a vision board, but still things are not always, you know, feeling easy for you. So let's go through the 6 steps. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay so I know who's dipping into this training, and let me know how your goals are feeling for you right now, if you're live or on the replay. Are they easy? Because, you know, we're only 11 days in. So it could still be easy, especially if you've done the work and you have the vision board and all of that, or have things came up. You know, there's so much going on in the world right now that it can really dampen your spirits. So let me know how it's feeling for you. Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it challenging? Is it inspiring? Are you motivated? Give me a word in the comments about how you're feeling as you move towards your goals in 2022. And I'm going to share the 6 crucial steps that you should absolutely write down, use as a Bible page, and follow every single day so that you don't go off track and forget where you're going or forget why you're going. Linda, you're excited. Fabulous. Yes, I'm excited too. I think there's a beautiful energy in 2022 so far. I really, really do. Getting so much done and completed and feeling absolutely brilliant about it. Has it been easy? No, because actually at times I've had to sit down and mentally train my brain to get back on track towards the excitement and the high vibration. And that's what it's all about. So this is how you do that. This is how you follow the steps and get the success that you desire, because we're all successful. We're already successful, moving towards our goals, but we want to stay on that path, and we do not want to start going backwards or becoming stagnant. So let's jump right in. Number 1 is visualization. Okay, so you have done your vision board, or you have a vision, or you have a Canva board, or whatever you have. If you don't, then you need one, definitely, and connect with it every day. Okay, so you're visualizing every day, and on the challenging days, it can feel hard to sit down and say, okay, visualize my future, get myself back on track here, and you find you can't, because there's mayhem all around you, or mayhem in the outside world. And this is where the vision board comes in. You know, if you have it down on paper, you know, when you think back to my goals, you know, when I had all these goals of what I wanted for the year ahead 6 years ago, all the way for the last 15 years before that, and nothing changed. Because yes, I was inspired in the moment, but come the following year, a week in, I forgot. In the mayhem, I couldn't bring myself back to that space. So vision boards are not just something creative people do. They're not just, you know, a little arty-farty thing that we put together. They're a powerful tool to support you in reaching your goals, and they will literally bring you from that space of mayhem and current turmoil in the conscious brain. It's going to connect you back with what you really, really want, your deepest desires, and which is down here. And it will help to reprogram the subconscious so that you're operating from a space of inspiration and emotion and belief, as opposed to willpower, which is up here. Willpower does not. I mean, it works for some people. I gave up smoking with patches like 15. How old is Ashley? When my first was born, she's so 18 years ago, and I was on patches for 3 months, and I literally followed the program to the T. Didn't have a cigarette, but my God, for 3 months I would have chewed somebody's arm off for a cigarette. Now I wouldn't, because I'm stubborn, and I stuck with the willpower, and I gave up smoking. But I went back on them actually 4 or 5 years later, because I was still at that stage, the willpower method. For all that time, whenever I went out, I wanted one. And it was only when I gave up with hypnosis that programming changed. And that's because with the patches, it was something external. You stick it on your arm and you use your willpower, the conscious mind. With the hypnosis, that hypnotherapist went straight into my subconscious mind. I really wanted to give up smoking, and I allowed the process to happen. And I was a non-smoker at a deep level. So it's huge, the differences and the results that you will get based on what part of your mind you are using. And the vision board connects you to the part of your mind that makes success easy. So connect with your vision board every day. If you're not connecting with your vision board, if you know, I mean, you can have a screensaver on your phone. So, I mean, you should be connecting with it every day. But say, for example, you're at a soccer match with the kids, or you're out waiting, you know, somebody has an appointment and you're waiting in the car park. Just close your eyes for 5 minutes and visualize your goals, visualize what it feels like, visualize that success, that excitement, and get emotionally involved in it. So visualize every single day. That's number one. And it's so important. And when the mayhem hits, guess what's the first thing to go down the pan? Is that. And number two, which goes down the pan as well when we're all stressed out, is connecting with your goals every day. So the visualization of you are all your creativity, your wants and your desires, and, you know, really opening up your imagination, which was stripped from us when we were in school. You know, we weren't allowed to have our own imagination. Everything was done by the book, and we had to follow what we were told and learn things a certain way and answer questions in a certain way to get the top results. We were not allowed to use our imagination, and this is what happened to our mind. So vision board opens it up again. The goals, however, put those visions and dreams and you know, brings them down into a space where we actually write down, this is what I want. This is what I want for, you know, 2022, for example. And you've got to connect with those goals every single day. I'm trying to see, I have mine wrote down here. So here's mine. I have it wrote down. It's on my card. And I can, when I sit in my office in the morning, I sit down, I look at my vision board, which is just on Word at the moment. As things come to my mind, I just add to this Word document, and actually it goes back years. So I can go back up to like 2018 and look at my goals, and it's just so inspiring. So I'm like, tick, 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 did all those. And then as I scroll down, I'm on 2021, 2022. It's amazing to see how things evolve and naturally happen off that vision board. So I will connect with them, and I will connect with the vision board for just 10 minutes every day in the morning before I start work. So I am feeling good. Hi, Louise. Lovely to have you here. I need to redo my vision board. I've achieved it all. So, wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you definitely do, because if we're not growing, at best we're stagnant. You know, and you know, at worst we're disintegrating, we're going in the wrong direction. So always keep that going. So that's the first two. And number three, subscribe and connect with people who are on the journey that you want to be on, or they've already reached the goals that you're on the road to reaching, or what you want, because we are the sum of the people we surround ourselves with. Well, in 2022, we really get to choose who we spend our time with. So, you know, you may like have toxic people in your life. You may have, you know, challenging situations at home. I know that. I felt it for many years. However, we can still choose who we surround ourselves with. And we just need to do it online, you know, or subscribe to podcasts. You know, if there's somebody you love listening to, or somebody's YouTube channel that you can dip in and listen to something they have to say, or give you a recap, or if there's, you know, meditations or hypnosis sessions that you like from a particular person, dip in and connect with them. Or lives like this, you know, where you actually have interaction and you can have a conversation with the person. It's never been easier to surround ourselves with inspirational people. And that has a powerful effect on your results. It really, really does. And I did some, I just completed some belief clearing techniques, a certification. And because I do use hypnotherapy, but there's other ways as well that I just wanted to train and add to my modalities. And on there, actually, they were saying that music is more inspirational than we could ever begin to imagine. Now, I remember when I saw this first, I was like, oh, I think it's going a little bit far, because I love my music and I love, you know, you hear some songs and it's really nostalgic and you think back now the good old days, and you know, that they do have an emotional reaction to you. And the thing is, when you think about those feelings, you know, scientifically, we look at it from a quantum physics perspective. When that's happening, we're not in optimum, you know, emotional levels to receive our goals, because we're looking into the back, we're looking into, you know, the past. And guess what happens when you're living in the past? You will get the past. So whilst I'm still not perfect at this, by the way, I still listen to the music that I enjoy, probably too much, but I am very aware of, and the words in the song, you know, there's so many songs about heartbreak and feeling low and love's lost and all of this. Just be careful. So I would still be open, you know, I still listen to the music and what I want to, but I do notice now that if a song brings, you know, like heart pulling emotion, or, you know, if the words are really depressing, because, you know, advertising, you spend billions and billions, you know, companies spend billions and billions on it, because even we don't know how it works. The general, you know, public don't know how it works, but it works, and that's why there's billions and billions spent on it. But it works without us even knowing. And unfortunately, the same is true for the music that we listen to. So just be careful about the words that are coming through to you on your songs. And I know that's a little bit, you know, when I heard it first, I was like, no, all my favorite songs, but I still listen to them, but I just become much more aware. And I definitely, if I notice an emotional attachment to it, I just turn it off. So, you know, look for the inspiration, look for the feel-good factor, look for people, mentors who have been where you want to go, or are, you know, showing you how to get there. And that moves on then to number 4, which is get support from a mentor. So this doesn't have to be paid support, you know. There's all different types of support. So you could look at accountability. You know, maybe there's somebody in the field that you bounce really well off, that is on the same journey, that might be a little bit ahead of where you want to go. So, for example, my accountability buddy she's very strategic. Okay, she's and I then would be creative. You know, the creative side, as in, you know, I call myself a creative mess. But this lady puts strategy, you know, into everything, and it really inspires me, because that's much, you know, it's what I want to bring into my business. And my word for 2022 is focus. You know, I want to bring that focus in and structure in the business. So she's perfect for me. And then for her, she is, you know, she's very successful. But wanting to, you know, blend more with the feminine, which suits us both perfectly. So you could look at accountability, what works, what would I like from another person, and contact them, you know, because the opposites will attract. Or then there's, if you're in Ireland, that we have the enterprise board. You know, you can contact them. They do mentorship if you're in business. Or you can pay, you know, pay for a coach, pay for the services that you need to get where you want to go. Because you know, money is energy. Money comes and money goes, and it's meant to. You know, the more you allow money to flow through your life, the more it will flow. That's what it is. Money is energy, and the tighter we try and control, you know, by saving for a rainy day, guess what you're doing? You're saving for a rainy day. So you're bringing in the rainy days. You're going to bring in something that needs that fund. Whereas, you know, it's the energy that you hold around it. So it's really supportive to also go down the path of paying for a mentor if that's what you feel called to do. Now, if you don't, then don't. This is the thing. It's what do I want? What's my soul asking for? What do I need? And then following that, you know, and it could be any of those examples, but just don't let fear be a deciding factor in any of that, because it's not a good emotion, is it? And definitely not what we are trying to achieve at all when you're working towards your goals. Let me see now. What was I going to say? I've totally just lost my train of thought there. So we'll just go on to the next one. It'll come back to me. When it does, I'll share it. I have no idea what it was now. So number 5 then. So we've looked at number 1, which is visualize every day. Okay, connect with what it is you want. And then number 2, which is connect with your goals every day. And we looked at the differences between your vision and your goal. And then number 3, subscribe and connect with inspirational people and groups, and, you know, stuff that really gets you fired up. Remembering that, you know, we really can choose who we spend most of our time with now, even if it is online. And then number 4, get support from a mentor if that's what you feel called to do, in whatever way that you feel called to do it, but make steps towards that, but, you know, whatever that is for you. And then number 5, which is huge in terms of connecting with your subconscious, is remembering your why. So when we talk about remembering your why, you're asking, well, why do I want this goal? You know, and often when I'm doing up vision boards and goals and all of that with my clients, we dig into the why. So ask yourself, you know, if you haven't already, you know, do it now. Why do I want this goal? What, you know, what is it that I want? And what will I have proved to myself and others when I've got this goal? Ask yourself that. And what will the benefits to me be? How will I feel? And what will I have? So, and another really good tip is, you know, when you ask yourself a why question, ask yourself why as many times you need to until you get to the bottom of it. So why do I want this goal? And you could say, well, maybe so I can spend more time with my children. Well, why do you want to spend more time with your children? Well, I want to spend more time with my children so that I can see them more and watch them grow and have fun with them. Yeah, but why do you want to see them grow and have fun with them? Because, you know, because I want to, you know, be a positive influence, you know, and keep going with the why until you feel that you have pulled everything out, because the why is never a surface thing. Okay, it's always a bit deeper than that. So, you know, look and see what comes up. Definitely. So then when you have your why, connect with that. Connect with the why whenever you need to. Okay. So whenever you feel things are going a little bit crazy, pop it into your morning mindset. Okay, what's my why? Let me connect with this again. And you know, sure, the why will be part of your vision board as well. But it's, you know, the mind loves to live in yesterday. It's how it's designed. It's how it keeps you safe. And it thinks it's doing the right thing. It thinks it's doing a great job. And, you know, in the olden days, now I'm talking cave times, it was keeping you safe, and it was, you know, keeping you from being eaten if you left the cave, or if you did something new. You had to be really careful, but we're not in there anymore, and it's okay to it's crucial. It's not okay, it's crucial to move forward and have these new experiences in order to really feel satisfied, and to connect with yourself at soul level, and to feel aligned with that. So remember your why and connect with it when you need to. And then the last one, number 6, is I have it wrote down here in very bad writing to remind me. Remember, this is the most important one actually. Remember the emotions surrounding all of that. Okay, remember that emotion is everything. So you can sit and read your goal 30 times, but if you're feeling crappy, it doesn't matter. There's no point. You can record 1,000 affirmations, but if they're just drumming in your head and you're not getting any emotions attached to them, it's no good. That's why with the songs, the nostalgic songs, and it pulls the heartstrings, and we think of the good old days, or we think of the heartbreak that we once had, or whatever it is. The brain doesn't know fact from fiction, so it's literally bringing you to that space. And the same goes for your goals and your vision. It doesn't know fact from fiction. So you feel good, bring yourself into the space of already having received it, and through emotion. So that's how will I feel, when we talk about the why, how will I feel when I have received this? What will I have? And really getting excited about that and enjoying that process, because it's really, really, really crucial in order to receive what you desire quicker. Okay, so if you hustle and boom, you will get results. How could you not if you're constantly working towards something? But it'll be hard. Could be short term. It will be a struggle. So this is all about letting go of the hard. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to hustle all of the time. I did lots of training on how you can actually get more done in less time. And this is it. It's using your mind, literally using your mind, and training your mind to bring in the results that you want through thoughts, feelings first, through minding your thoughts, mixing it with the emotion that you want, and then taking inspired action. That those steps where something pops into your head and it says take this step. You might not have ever thought of it before, and 60 seconds later the fear comes in. You're like, oh my god, I couldn't do that, nobody's ever done that, or this is scary, or that's the ego. In the aligned action is the part that comes before that pops into your head when you're feeling good, when you're looking at your vision board, connecting with your goals. So that's it. They are the 6 crucial steps to let go of the hard, to working towards your goals. 100% without a doubt. It's tried and tested and proved and all sorts. So putting these steps into your daily practices, I mean, literally it takes 15 minutes, to do those practices. And yet 90% of people don't do them. They don't see, if they can't see the tangible results straight away, they're not interested, a tangible result. But writing a blog and seeing the blog in front of you, that feels like we've actually done some work here today. And if you're connecting with these steps, some days the logical mind says you didn't do anything. But actually that's not true. It's the most important thing for long-term success, and for success that comes easier. So they're the 6 steps basically, and follow them and enjoy them, get emotionally involved in them, and let me know, are you following those steps? We're 11 days in, so usually at the beginning we'll say, oh, I'm doing my vision board, I'm doing this. I'm actually running a program in January, and there's 15 people in there, including myself, and such a fabulous bunch, and they're working through the whole month of January, working through the vision board, working through the goals, perfecting them, putting practices in place, so that throughout the rest of the year, when things can start to get off track, that they can hold themselves accountable and say, well, actually, I have such solid structure here. I have strong roots in what I'm doing in 2022 that I can just connect back with that. And you can do that on your own too. It takes, discipline, but you absolutely can put those practices in place as well. And I have released my one-to-one. So for the person that knows that they're overhaul in all areas of their life, there's a 12-month one-to-one program, and I'm only going to see 4 clients for this, and it's shut off for 2022. It was 5. I'm started working with one lady already. And literally in that program, you have me for the whole 12 months. So 12 months from the date that you sign up. We design your goals. You do your vision board. And we literally work through every single goal that you have. And the reason that I changed this structure and brought this program in as a 12-month one-to-one is I want to see the success. I did 4 months and 6-month programs, and I have seen, there is huge success in that, but always there's so much more to do. So this structure the time is double, okay? The time frame is double. There's huge more minutes and hours of support from me in that process, and there is not much difference in the price. But the reason I did this is because I was inspired to do it. And at the end of 2022, I am going to have shit hot testimonials that are really going to support my business as well as supporting the clients. So it is about working, smarter and, following steps, inspirational steps that come up. So I will post a link to that one-to-one program. And if we've not worked together before, then click the apply. There's 2 buttons. One is apply and one is dive straight in. Click the apply so we can have a chat and see, have a quick look at your goals and see if I'm the best person to support you. And if not, I can signpost you, of course, elsewhere. So it's very valuable to have that chat anyway. If you want to do that, you can book it through the apply. And if we have worked together before, then we already know that it's a good match, and you can just sign straight up. And at the end of the day, I want you to reach your goals. I want you to, reach the levels of success that you can, but there's thing after thing coming up that's stopping you, and limiting beliefs, and it's all mindset. So we'll remove all that, get rid of the habits that are keeping you stuck, and get the aligned action going so that you absolutely will see the success that you desire in the next 12 months. So it's huge, and I'm very excited. And if you want to send me a PM on this as well, if you want to ask any questions, feel free, and we'll have a chat about it. But for now, that's the end of the Tuesday training. Thank you so much for being here. If you are watching the replay, let me know what you thought. And live ladies as well, I'd love to know what you took from the training today. So send a huge love. Have a fabulous week. Keep being totally awesome. And I'll see you next week for Tuesday's Bite Size Training. Lots of love.